Today we're going to get jacked up on margaritas. Good day, Gothamites. Well, good day, Gothamites. On today's edition of Daytime Bartender, as we discussed, we're going to get jacked up with margaritas. For our first time ever, we're going to try the Bud Light Limerita, not a sponsor. I've never tried this before, but we're going to see how it tastes. And then we're going to jack it up. We're going to kick it up a notch. But first, we're going to start off. I'm going to pause the video, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about how to properly cut a lime. You may have seen videos on this. You may know how to cut a lime. But this is the way bartenders cut a lime. So bear with me just a minute, and we'll be right back. Okay, well, welcome back. Here's our lime that we have. You can get these now at many grocery stores for 10 for $1. That's what I got these from, just a basic lime. Instead of cutting it around lengthwise, you can get to that later. But first you want to do is to cut the ends off the lime. Let's get this a little more in frame. So first you cut off the one end. You're going to make like a flat side to it. Cut off the other side. So now your lime can essentially stand by on its own. With that, you can go ahead and cut it down the lengthways all the way through. So now you can see that both of them look just like this. So you're going to have two halves. Now, you want to cut those in further pieces, you can go ahead and cut it right down where the stem is, right in the middle. You can cut them into small wedges, and this will fit perfectly into your drinks, your Coronas, your other mixed drinks as a garnish. That's a perfect size there. So we're going to finish cutting these up. So this is not a bad lime here. We're going to put this aside, and we're going to come back and start making our drink. So bear with me just another minute. Well, welcome back again. First, we're going to try just a regular old taste of the Bud Light Limerita. You can find this in any gas station that sells beer and spirits or any liquor store. This comes in the 25-ounce can. This is only about $3 at the most. It was about $2.98. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and have a little taste. I have my martini glass that we've had on other episodes. We're just going to take a small taste and see how it is by itself. Does it taste like a margarita? Pretty much so. Because it says on the can here that it's a margarita with a twist. It's a malt beverage consisting of flavors like a margarita. So it's not a Bud Light beer mixed with some flavors. This is actually a malt beverage. So they're trying to make it taste like a margarita by itself. By itself, it's pretty good. You might want to go ahead and add some salt to the rim of your glass, which we're going to do that in a minute. So speaking of which, that is why we practice cutting our limes. Now we're going to jack up our margarita. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze a little bit of lime in here to begin with. And then once it's squeezed, it's easier to deal with. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to coat the outside of the cup. Now, if you have some bartender salt, you could find it, it looks like a little Mexican hat, a little mariachi hat in the store. It's the large sea salt. You can use that and go out and buy it if you want. Or you can use regular salt. That's what I prefer. We're just going to add a little salt to the rim of this. Just around the rim. I don't care if I'm getting it all over. Do it over your sink. We're going to go ahead and add about 3/4 of the way through our limerita. Now, because we're jacking it up today, we're going to go ahead and put a shot of our favorite whiskey. Today is a cheaper whiskey. It's a Canadian Deluxe. This is only going to cost you about $3 or so, about $3.50. And of the cheaper whiskeys, I find this the most tastiest whiskey, just straight up Canadian whiskey. I personally find this better than a brand called Canadian Reserve. I like this Canadian Deluxe, and it does not give me any headaches. So go ahead, if you see this at the liquor store, pick this up. It's a cheap whiskey, but it will not give you headaches. It's a pretty good brand. So we're going to go ahead and add a shot of that to our Margarita already here. So we're jacking this up. Now we're going to go ahead and add 2 shots of our 7-Up, not a sponsor. You can use Diet 7-Up. You can use a Diet Mountain Dew or a regular Mountain Dew if you'd like. We're using regular 7-Up here. We're about 2 shots on that. So we're going to be a 2-to-1 on that whiskey. It adds extra carbonation. It's going to add extra lime flavor, lemon lime flavor to your Margarita. Now we're going to go ahead and finish that up with a little bit more squeeze of lime. Just a light squeeze. And that's our garnish. We can lay it in there, or you can hook it over the edge if you'd like to be fancy. I'm going to throw it right in. And we have the salted rim. We're going to give it a taste. Really good. Really good. You're going to get that extra kick of whiskey in there. We'll make it a little bit stronger. Because this is a, let's see what the Margarita is. What the alcohol concentration is. Contains alcohol. I'm not sure what it is by volume. 8%. So this is the equivalent of a beer. Usually 7 to 8% alcohol by volume for a beer is about the same. So by adding the shot of whiskey, you're definitely kicking it up a notch and adding a little bit more alcohol. This is going to be 40% alcohol by volume, so you're definitely kicking up your drink. But by all means, if you need it a little bit more bubblier, a diet, maybe even a shot of club soda, because lime and club soda go really well together. But just the ingredients that we had today, salt your rim. Very good. Very good. It does not take away from the lime flavor whatsoever. And right now I'm going to add just another splash of our Margarita to it. And I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you have a chance, please hit the like, the thumbs up, and subscribe. And thank you for watching today's edition of the Daytime Bartender. Good day, Gothamites.